Okay, I am back. I got a phone call which was, well, I don't know what to say. It's kind of left me with mixed feelings. I am under just enormous, enormous stress. But I'm going to go on here. That's going to be it for Brunette, who has reached fatigue here in the fifth. If any of you were watching, and Dooley Womack will be the new pitcher. Four and 1/3 for Brunette. Six hits, walked one, struck out one, and has allowed one run thus far, but he's responsible for bases loaded with only one out. And Womack is a right-hander. He will take his warm-ups. It's Alomar on first, Messersmith on second, Rodriguez on third, with Jay Johnstone due up. Oh, God almighty, what a nightmare. What a freaking nightmare. What a freaking nightmare. And we'll wait for Womack to take his warm-ups. While Womack takes his warm-ups, I am going to take a break. I'm gonna break down, make some coffee, just half a pot. And I should be back in a few minutes here to continue this game. Again, no imminent danger. And what will be, will be. I want to thank you for coming, joining me again. I got a phone call, a personal phone call. It was sort of a mixed issue. Good news, bad news. And I just have to cope and let this stuff just, not get the best of me. Coffee is brewing. For those of you wondering, it is a 1-0 ball game. The Angels scored a run in the first, and it was 1-0 all the way here until starting pitcher George Brunette's first endurance inning, and he retired Spencer, but then loaded the bases, reaching fatigue. And he has been removed, and Dooley Womack has come in. You play it offline for personal stress therapy. Well, if that works for you, Demos. I prefer live. And I'm just, I don't know what to say. I am going to be back in just a couple minutes here to continue this ball game. Oh, God. One of the things that I need to do to cope, if you're there, demos or anybody else, Kathy Harden, anybody, stacking, is I have personal family problems and they don't relate to me directly, but I need to learn to be sensitive but less vulnerable to them, or else I'm going to go absolutely out of my mind with worry and depression. And it's not easy. Thank you, Demos. That coffee is almost ready. Oh. Oh my goodness. Here's Dewey Womack now, he's ready. Right-hander. He pitched in this game in the real world. He comes out, bases loaded, all put on by Brunette, with only one out, and Jay Johnstone is the batter, and the infield will be back unless somebody wants to call for it in. Infield back for the double play, if they could be so lucky. Okay, here's Womack, he's ready. Full wind up and the pitch to Johnstone. That's a 5-7 left-handed, walks in a run. And that will be charged to Brunette. Still one out, bases full, infield still back. Yep, Demos agrees. God help me, please. God frickin' help me. All we can do is do the best we can. I don't know if I'm doing the best I can. Here's Womack now facing Bella Fregosi. The infield is full. It's one out. Full wind up and the pitch from Womack. 6-4 right-handed, grounds to short. That could be two, but look at Kennedy, a 476. Oh, fun stuff. Oh, Lord. 476. It's enough to drive you crazy. $14.4. Well, it'll be a G2. That's not going to be a double, I don't think. It might be a run coming in. If he doesn't boot it, E76. My Lord. Look at this. 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's a miracle he does not boot it. But on the G2 bases full, the runner will advance. So at least they got an out. Messersmith comes in. That's also charged to Brunette. And that makes it a 3-0 game. Johnstone on second, Alomar on third. You have to laugh to keep from crying. Oh, yeah. It's hard to laugh, though, but it could be. I mean, it could be laughing at the... Wait a minute. I may have made an error. A G2 should have been a force out. Okay, hold on here. We had bases loaded. It was a G2, bases full though. Oh, Lord, you're right. I looked on the wrong frickin'... I looked on a G3. I'm so used to G3s there. You're right. Thank you, demos. That's going to be a 6-4, forcing Johnstone. Alomar goes to third and the run comes in. It's, I think that fixes it. So it's Fregosi on first, Alomar on third. Thank you, demos. If I got that fixed. I think I rectified that adequately. Thank you. And here's Rick Reichart, first and third, 2 down. Keeps the deep, well, there's 2 outs now. It's Fregosi on first, Alomar on third, 2 outs. Johnstone was forced, Askew popped to first to start it off. Here's Reichard now. Pitch from Womack. 212, that's a ballpark blast. He's got the power. Boy, you got a hold of that one. It's a 14. Oh, Lord. And it's gone. A 3-run home run by Rick Reichart, the bonus baby. A 212 right-handed ballpark blast. 1-13 right-handed. It's gone. A 3-run home run. Oh shit. What am I fucking doing here? It was Reichart. Yeah, I'm so sorry about my language. I thought I lost my way. 1, 2, 3. And that'll be 4 runs charged to Brunette, and now 2 runs to Womack. Oh. Been a while since Reichart hit a home run. He had 13 in real world, and he has 4 runs batted in. He knocked in the first run. For Reichart, that is home run number 12 on the season. You with me, Demos? That there were 2 outs? No double play? And here's Billy Cowan now. Big 5-run inning here for the Angels. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4 runs, and he's allowed 2 runs. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-run inning. Yeah, 5-run inning. And here's Cowan with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Womack. 3-6 right-handed, struck him out. So that will retire the side. Five runs. And now it is 6-0 California. 2 runs allowed by Womack on the 2-run home run. Actually a 3-run home run by Rick Reichart. The bonus babe who has 4 runs batted in, this 3-run home run, and then the knocked in Johnstone with a card clutch single in the first. And And we're heading to the top of the 6th. And it's going to be Andrew Messersmith coming out, top of the 6th. Again, nothing imminent right now. And here comes Hovley to lead it off, top of the 6th. Hovley is 0 for 2. The pitch from Messersmith. 6-7 left-handed, grounds to second X. That'll be Alomar. A 325. $11.3 G2 E25 357, and he throws him out. So Hovley is retired. And here's Don Mincher. Mincher 0 for 2. Here's Messersmith. And the pitch to Mincher. .55 left-handed. That's going to be a blast. He's got the power, and it's gone. A home run by Don Mincher off Messersmith to make it a 6-1 ball game. Whoop-de-doo. It was 5-5 left-handed and home run 1-5 against left-handers. Against right-handers, he's got the end power. And it was a 5 on that deviled egg. Devil die. And that'll be a home run for Don Mincher. Mincher had 25 in 427 at bats in real world. And for Mincher, that is home run number 18 in our replay. So it is 6-1. And here's Jerry McNerney now. I guess Andrew is entitled to a bad pitch from time to time. Here's McNerney now with one out, nobody on. The pitch from Andy. 2-8 right-handed, double one, and it is a fly to right. Under it is Cowan. He makes the catch, 2 away. And here's Steve Whitaker. A 2-8 right-handed. And Whitaker steps in. I guess Mincher just got a real good hold of that one. Anybody is entitled to throw a bad pitch now and then. Okay, Whitaker, left-handed hitter. He's 1 for 2, singled in the second, left on. The wind-up by Messersmith and the pitch. 1-3 against the right-hander. There's a slash, and that's going to go through. Left-handed, 7. So Whitaker with his second hit of the ball game. Again, we come up to a Andrew, a 1-18. If being held, we're not going to hold him. He's going to try for the lead. We're not going to hold him. I know that's a sort of a, and he does not get the lead. And he's not being held. It's not easy to do that solitaire. But you got to put yourself in California's position, and then you got to put Rigney, and then you got to put yourself in Schultz's position. He's not being held. He'll try for the lead with no negative effect. So Whitaker on, not being held, 2 outs, and here's Kennedy. Messersmith now. And the pitch. 4-6 right-handed, and he struck him out. And that is the 7th strikeout for Andrew. 4-6 right-handed. And the side is retired. There was 1 run. The solo home run with 1 out by Don Mincher. And we're in the middle of the 6th. It's a 6-1 ball game. And here's Dooley Womack now. This will probably be his final inning. Segui is warming, as Womack would be due up in the 7th. It's 6-1 now. Diego Segui, who pitched in this game in real world, was used primarily as a reliever. He did start 8 games. And Diego, a right-hander, is warming. And Joe Askew, who will lead it off. Okay, here's Womack now. In his first full inning of relief, he pitched 2/3 of an inning and managed to allow 2 runs of his own on the 2-run home run by Reichart. Here's the pitch to Askew. 6-6 right-handed, and that is going to be a base hit for Askew, his 2nd of the ball game. See if Womack can even get out of this inning. So Askew is on with his 2nd hit, not being held. Here's Jim Spencer. I just have to surrender. I just have to surrender to, or else I'll go crazy. I understand if I'm going to feel depressed, anxious, but it's going to get worse if I just continue to dwell on it, and I've got to detach myself from it to some degree, and only I can do that. I can remain sensitive, but try not to be vulnerable. That's the distinction. Otherwise, I will just deteriorate. Okay, here's Womack now. From the stretch with Askew on first. Spencer at the plate. And that's going to be, whoa, did I knock that? Oh, I'm so sorry. I hate when that happens. It's annoying. I try to keep things straight here for you all. That's going to be a 6-8 left-handed fly ball center. From the left-handed hitter, 6-8. And under it is Hovley for the out, 1 away. And here's Aurelio Rodriguez. Okay, here's Rodriguez now. Askew on first, one out, Womack. And the pitch. 310 right-handed. There's a shot, a double down the line. Askew goes to third and holds. A 310 double, 2 asteroids. Askew goes to third, second and third, 1 out. Womack. His endurance inning is 3, so question is, do you bring the infield in here? Any recommendations? Otherwise, I'm not gonna bring the infield in. I don't care. Any recommendations? Infield in or back would be appreciated. Joel Horlin, infield in. Thank you, Joel. Baseball demos, thank you. So Messersmith comes in, second and third, 1 out, infield in. It is a 6-1 ball game. Here's Womack. .39 ground ball first A. Wow, that might have been a good call. 3-9 ground ball first A, infield in with runners on second and third. On an A, it's a 1, and he throws him out on the runner's hold. Great call. I don't know what that might have looked like. Great call. Again, it was a 3-9 ground ball first A to Mincher. And on the infield in, second and third, ground ball A, that's a 1. The batter is out on the runner's hold. I guess what he did was he got the ground ball and he was playing in. And he checked the runners and they held. And stepped on the bag. That'll be 2 outs. Great call, guys. You know, I'm just reluctant to bring the infield in. I'm always reluctant, except in very rare cases because of the possible negative consequences. And I appreciate Joel and Demos for being here and also for your recommendations. Oh, God. You use it in and it rarely backfires for you. Okay, good to know. Good to know, Joel. Guess the infield in is a, I guess the plus sign, even in super advanced, is a single, 2 asterisks, correct? The plus sign on a ground ball. And also, you can correct me if I'm wrong, of course you also have the pound situation. It could be a G2 or a G3 pound will if the responsible runner the infield, if the infielder where it's hit is positioned in. If a symbol, then the following two situations occur as two. Infielder is positioned in defensively, but how do I find out who the fielder is? Because this only tells you if the runner is held. You know what I'm saying? Do you go by the runner held? Does anybody know? Because I really don't know. This infielder is positioned in defensively. How do I know who does anybody know? How do I know? On here, number 1, it says, this is for the hold, but for here, this infielder is positioned in defensively. In that situation, as an example, the first baseman, is he positioned in defensively? How do I know that? Or do I just go by the hold? But it was second and third. I'm clueless. Anyone know? Or I could just make it default. Otherwise, I'll make it default. It's always a single, 2 asterisks. Maybe I should bring the textbook out. Here we go. Infield in. Infield back, infield in, corners in. Wait a minute. Because super advanced play provides for corners in to defense the sacrifice bunt, infield in may be chosen only with a man at third. Okay. Or second. Yeah, I mean, the ground ball result see page 17. I believe that's I believe it's this they're referring me to. Okay. Infield in. But again, I have the question, batter out, runners hold. Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking for the X situation. Wait a minute, I'm looking. For the X situation. It does not apply. Now, with a runner on third, always consider the pitcher to be playing in from the batter's or pitcher's card on ground ball pitcher X. When the defensive manager is playing corners in, I don't do that. With infield in, convert any super advanced X chart result followed by that to read single 2 with all other runners advancing 2 bases. That says it right there. It doesn't matter who the runner is, who it's hit to, even though on the X chart it says this infielder is positioned in defensively. Well, that's a little misleading because it should say automatically, if infield in. That's all it should say, if infield in. You see what I'm saying? Convert any super advanced X chart result followed by to read S2. So I think that answers my question. I don't do corners. In any case, it was a good call. Two outs now, and here's Alomar. If any of you have any feedback, it would be appreciated if that's confirmed. I think that's not a well-written statement here. This infielder, and that would be, I suppose, if you're going with corners. I guess that's why they do that. Oh, Lord help me, God. Okay, here's Alomar, 2 out, second and third, and field is back. Womack trying to get out of this. This would be his last inning. Here's the pitch to Alomar. 4-3, left-handed, grounds to first X. That'll be for Mincher, a 4-8. Oh, a 4-8. That's a 4-3 switch hitter batting left. Ground ball first. Good luck. Good luck. Here's Mincher now. Four 8, 12-4. It is a G3. He has a chance for this. He gets to it. 4-8-10 on an E8. And he takes it to the bag. Or throws it to the pitcher, whatever you want. Is fine by me. And the side is retired. So no runs, 2 hits. Great call to bring that infield in. Otherwise it would have been a run. And I thank you, Joel and David Demos. And that's going to be it for Womack. Sagi will be the new pitcher. That's it for Womack. It is a 6-1 ball game. And there will be a hitter for Womack who was ineffective as far as I'm concerned. He pitched 1 2/3. Allowed 1, 2, 3 hits. He walked 1, struck out 1, and allowed 2. Dooley Womack. Boy, he looked a lot different when he was interviewed in that game, in that documentary. Lord. Boy, he looked a lot different. Or maybe not so much different as just older. He played for the Yankees too. Womack is still alive. Diego Segui is still alive. He's 86. Well, there's going to be a hitter here. In the top of the 7th. Seattle won this one 5-4 in real world. They brought Fred Stanley in to play shortstop in the middle of this game. Comer pinch hit. Marty Patton pinch ran, the pitcher. Wow. Well, we'll bring in Wayne Comer, sure. We'll bring him in to pinch hit. I'm sure there's more chances for pinch hitters. I mean, there's Greg Goosen, but we're going to go with Comer as he pinch hit in real world. And Comer steps in the box here, top of the 7th, Andy Messersmith. His first endurance is the 8th. He's allowed 1 run. It was the home run by Mincher last inning. And here comes Comer now to face Messersmith. 6-1. And here's Messersmith now, facing Comer. And the pitch. 5'9" right-handed, struck him out. Number 8 for Andrew. And we get to the top of the order, Tommy Harper now. Okay, Messersmith gets the sign from Askew. The wind-up and the pitch to Harper. That's 4-5 right-handed, struck him out. That's the 9th for Andy. He had 15 in one game this year. In a complete game win. That's 2 outs. And John Donaldson is the batter. Here's Messersmith now. The pitch to Donaldson. 5-6 left-handed, fly ball to center. And it's John Stone under it. He makes the catch and the side is retired. A 5-6 left-handed. 1-2-3 inning. Seventh inning stretch. Diego Segui will be the new pitcher. He pitched in this game in the real world. He's a +5. +5 max with McNertney +1. Not a very good move to first. Oh, God. And while he takes his warm-ups, I'm going to take a break for about 2 to 3 minutes. I want to thank those of you who are here and who have been here for this game. And I'm sorry I have not been in a good mood. But that's me. That's me, folks. Sometimes I'm better than other times. I'll be back in a few minutes. Always trying to rationalize how things are not as bad as they may seem. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Well, I am back. Struggling through this ball game. And Diego Segui is the new pitcher. It is 6-1, California. Seattle won this one 5-4 in real world. Guess I'm done with the coffee. The skies seem threatening. There is a chance for showers here in Fort Lauderdale. That should not affect this game. And leading it off will be Jay Johnstone, the prankster, in the bottom of the seventh. Okay, Segui is ready. Here's the pitch to Johnstone. 3-4 against the right-hander. He flies it to left for Walton, who makes the catch, one away. And that'll bring up Bella Fregosi. Bella 1 for 3 today, singled and forced, and then he reached on a force and scored. He is 1 for 3 today. It's Fregosi at the plate with 1 out. Here's the pitch from Diego. 5'9", right-handed. That's a blast. He's got the power, but it's going to drop in for a double. Second hit for Bella today. He's got end power. It was a 5'9", right-handed. End home run 1-4. It was a 17. That'll be a double for Fregosi. So Fregosi on second with 1 out. And here's Rick Reichart, 2 for 3 today, 4 runs batted in, including a 3-run home run. Here's Sagi from the stretch. And the pitch to Reichart. It's 2-6, and he walked him. It's first and second, one out. Trivia top of the eighth, I'm up for it. Up for it, Demos. Thank you. Thank you, Demos. So it's first and second, one out. Sagi in trouble already. And here's Billy Cowan. Cowan, right-handed hitter, Sagi from the stretch now. And appreciate that, Demos. The pitch to Cowan. 210. Ballpark blast. He's got the power. Oh, that's not going to go. I don't think so. Looks like it's going to be a long fly ball. Right-handed California. Yeah. It's a long fly ball to left for Walton to make the catch. Boy, it was hit well, though. 2 down. And you all hang in here for the trivia question from Demos. And here's Joe Askew. Askew, 2 for 3 today. This is a clutch situation here. With Reichart on first, Fregosi on second. Here's Diego now, trying to get out of this. The pitch to Askew. That's a 5-4. That die looks a little weird over there. 5-4 right-handed catcher X. Well, how much damage can that do? I guess a drop pop-up. Or some sort of dribbling error, but a run may not score on a 5-4 right-handed. It's McNertney. He's a 2-5, fortunately. Hear the thunder. Maybe. 2-5 McNertney. Uh-oh, 1-2. It's a WS. It's going to be a wild pitch. That's actually better with runners on than a squib single. 6, 9, 10, 11. He's an E5. Uh-oh, with runners on base. Oh, that's not a rare play. I'm so sorry. It's a WS. I'm looking the wrong place here. WS, here it is. It is a wild pitch, and everybody advances 1. So a wild pitch thrown by Diego. It's actually better. And Askew still at the plate with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now it is second and third, 2 outs. And Askew at the plate. Here's Segui. And the pitch. 6-2 right-handed, flies it to center. This should end the inning. Under it is Hovley to make the catch. Wait for my music, if you will. Demos. No runs, the double, the walk, the wild pitch, 2 left on. We've gone 7. It's 6-1. Now I want you to all give your attention. Thank you to Demos. Got to have that music. For the big trivia question here in the top of the 8th. And we appreciate it very much. Now wait for it, everybody. Wait for it. Here it is. If you knew someone who was a so miler, what would they be an expert in? My Lord, that's a great question. I can't even pronounce it. Sommelier? I'm gonna say, boy, I have no idea. And that is a great, I'm not sure that that's really trivia. And that's more an important question. Oh, Diane, with wine. Oh, Diane's got to be right on that. I think Diane's got it. Diane, nice to see you in text. I bet you she got that. I don't know why I think that. Diane is right. All right. Beautiful. Great question, great answer, Diane, with one N. And it's pouring rain here in Fort Lauderdale. Thank you very much. For the question, Demos, and thank you for coming in, Diane, with the answer. Yeah. As you can see, I was pretty damn challenged with that. And it's pouring here in Fort Lauderdale. A similar a wine steward, also referred to as a wine steward, my question is, how did you know that, Demos? Are you just a smart guy who knows a lot of shit? And Diane, I would say you're a smart gal who knows a lot of stuff. Well, it's pouring rain here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm in Studio B, and in sort of an emotional state of despair due to my emotional problems, but I'm pushing through. It is 6-1. Tell you, Diego just barely got out of that. We're heading to the 8th. This will be Andy Messersmith's first endurance inning. Great to have you here, Diane. And Danny Walton. We'll lead it off. You might be able to hear the rain. Can anybody hear the rain? Because I think that's a nice background, nice change of pace for the background here. Anyone hear the rain? It's probably pretty low. It's okay. It's okay. Demos, it's fine to Google for questions, not for answers. And in fact, that's what we like to say. We like to say no Googling. What we mean is don't Google for the answers, because anybody could do that. So you did not cheat. That was not a cheat. You did research to get the question. I have nothing to eat in the apartment except pretzels and cookies and Snickers. And I was feeling hungry. It's pouring. I can't go out to get anything, so I just ate a Snickers, a small one. Can anyone hear the rain? Anybody at all? Top of the 8th, here's Andy facing Walton. Andy the windup and the pitch to Walton now. 5-10. I think you heard that. That's a ballpark slash. That might go through, it might not. 1-16. Right-handed, yes it does. It's a slick infield they got there. It was a 5-10 right-handed. Base hit. For Andrew in Andrew's first endurance inning. You hear it, okay, demos. I like to use that as my background when it exists. So Walton is on. Look at him, a 20. And there's a interesting, you know, folks, demos, David Baseball Demos, taught me how to do super advanced stealing. And I just did, I had a mental block. I watched videos, I watched, you know, and I watched his tutorial, and then I had a follow-up with him, I believe, live. I also recorded my review of his tutorial, and I think I've learned it fairly well. What comes into play here is you have to wear two hats here, which is not very easy to do. You have a Walton automatic lead if not held, and a 20 with Messersmith a 0, making him a 1-18 with a lead. And it's really, if I am the manager, you've got to put the hat on. You've got to wear the hat. I'm going to wear the Rigney hat for California and not hold him. And let him, actually, we're going to hold him. Yeah, we have to hold him. You've got to think about it because he would get the lead. Okay, so he's being held. And now, without any risk, it would be a 1-18. With Messersmith a 0. And Walton will go for the lead on a 4 with no pickoff. And he gets the lead. And now he has to go. Now Hughes can't leave. So here's Hovley at the plate. One to 18, this might be worth eating. But they do lead 6-1. Anyone want to eat this? If you're Askew, do you want to eat this? Anybody at all? It's 1-18. Walton has the lead. He was 2 for 2. Because 2 to 5 to 12 at a 1-2-3. Eat it! It's stolen by Walton. And isn't that beautiful? A beautiful collaboration there. From my mentor. Walton steals second. They've got a 6-1 lead. They let him go. That's what Demo says. He's exactly right. You are so right. On a 1, 2, 3, which is, it's only a, I don't know what that would be, a 15% chance, though, you know? But the chances of him being thrown out are even less. They're 10%. So I guess that balances it out. I just hope the electricity doesn't go out. Sometimes it does on hard rain, but. So we have a Danny Walton on second with Hovley at the plate. It is 6-1 Angels. Messersmith in his first endurance inning. Here's the pitch to Hovley now. That's 3-8 right-handed, walked him. And all of a sudden, Messersmith is one hit or walk away from fatigue. He loses Hovley on a base on balls. Now, Wright pitched in this game in real world. But we would have to check to see if this would be his third game in a row. And, you know, oh, there's Ken Tatum. Oh, yeah, there's Ken Tatum. Look at Tatum. Tatum is the ace. So Tatum is warming here. And Don Mincher comes up to the plate. Mincher homered the solo blast. It is 6-1. If he homers again, it's 6-4. Okay, here's Messersmith trying to maintain endurance. The pitch to Mincher. 3-11 right-handed. Oh, no one being held, no infield in, even though I keep forgetting. I think that's just for infield in. It's a ground ball to short for the double play. Wait a minute, we're going to have to check that. Ground ball A first and second. Ground ball A2. Batter out, runner on first. It is a double. Treated just like if it were regular. I'm sorry, runners on first and second. Here it is, a 2. Batter is out, runner on first out on the double. On a 3-11 grounder to first. And that'll be 2 outs, and Walton goes to third. And up comes McNerney now. Again, Andrew trying to maintain endurance here. McNerney is 0 for 3. Here's Andrew. That's 1-8 right-handed, and he struck him out. His 10th of the ball game, and he comes out of this with endurance, although 2 allowed. A single and a walk. He'll be vulnerable in the 9th. No runs. 1 hit, a walk, and 1 left on after the double play. L. Now, what is that, Kathy? What is L? Did I miss something? What is L? McNerney against Messerschmitt. Did I miss something up here? It was a 1-8 right-handed. Oh, wait a minute. No, it was McNerney. Yeah, he struck him out. So I'm not sure what is L. One of those cryptic messages, Kathy Harding. Oh, it's retracted. Okay. Maybe it was a typo. I'll retract mine. Maybe it was retracted. If I did something wrong, I'd like to know about it. And we are heading to the bottom of the 8th. Oh, Noel. Oh, yeah, well, that makes sense. Noel. Sure. First show the L and then get rid of it, and you have no L. That's good stuff, demos. Nice interpretation, demos. You know, you're a clever guy. That is a nice interpretation. Rain sounds like it's starting to let up just a drop. It is just a very small drizzle right now. We get that here. That was a very, very nice ascription that you, meaning that you ascribed to that L. And I really think that, you're interested in language. This is too complicated for me to even type. But language is undecidable. What people mean by words, and then you only have other words to define them. And so it's really a hermeneutic loop of communication we have. And we could say that there is no objectively correct meaning that Kathy's L post has. It certainly could have been her interpretation, but I see language as unfinished, meaning once it's set forth, as Kathy did, and I hope you don't mind, Kathy, me using this as an example, once it's set forth, the L, it's incomplete, it's unfinished, because the user, the reader, interacts with it and then ascribes their own meaning, their own interpretation to it. So we could ask Kathy what she meant by L. She, you know, part of me wonders she'll just say typo. She did that at least once before. We all do that. But you're a math major, but you enjoy language, you know. Language has its own, mathematics has its own language aspect. And it gets way too heavy for me to get into. It's now like a dead drizzle. I'm gonna go ahead and do the bottom of the 8th. If you're looking ahead to the top of the 9th, it will be Whitaker, Kennedy, and we assume a pinch hitter for Segui. If he gets through this inning. He allowed a double, a walk, and then uncorked a wild pitch, and then got out of it in the 7th. And Jim Spencer will lead it off. Diego Segui in his 2nd inning of relief. Here's the pitch to Spencer. 111 right-handed, and there's a slash. That might go through. 1-16 left-handed though. No, it does not. It's line to second, caught by Donaldson. 1 out. And the rain has basically stopped. There might be a slight drizzle. Give me a chance to go out for a break. After this half inning. Okay, here's Rodriguez now. Messersmith comes out on deck. Here's the pitch from Diego. 211 right-handed, that's a fly to left. And Walton is under it, he makes the catch. And here comes Andy. He gets a good hand. I don't think the Juan Valdez was a bad question. I really don't. I don't think that was a bad question at all. I thought it was a very good question. Okay, here's Andrew now. 0 for 3, walked and scored in that 5-run fifth. Diego into his windup. And the pitch to Messersmith. That's 4-6. Right-handed. Fly ball left again to Walton. And he's under it, and it's a 1-2-3 for Diego. So Diego pitches 2 scoreless. It is 6-1. We can write him out because there's definitely a pinch hitter coming up. And Andrew Messersmith is going to come out. He has a single and a walk in his first endurance inning. He's 2 hits and/or walks away from fatigue with a 6-1 lead. And Ken Tatum available if he gets into trouble. And I am going to take a break for just a few minutes here. It will be Whitaker, Kennedy, and then we assume a pinch hitter. I'll be back in just a few. Well, this is it for the Seattle Pilots, and this game has gone approximately 4 3/4 hours, which is not unusual, and it's been in 2 parts though, so it's probably a little less than that. It's probably more like about 4.5 hours. Slow ball. You have small ball, and then you have slow ball. And things can't get much worse. I guess they can, but things are pretty bad for me. Here's Steve Whitaker to lead it off. Andrew Messersmith, in his second endurance inning, he allowed a walk and a single. In his first endurance inning, the 8th, he's going to try to finish it up. Tatum is available if necessary. Here's Whitaker to lead it off. And the pitch. 6-7 left-handed, grounds to second X. That'll be for Alomar, 325. (12-3), it gets a G2, gets to it. E25, 6-9-12. And he throws him out. And John Kennedy is the batter. He's a 234 hitter. I mean, I could start pinch hitting and stuff, but 234 is about as good as people hit on this team. And in fact, other than Dooley Womack, other than Goosen, well, we have Fred Stanley. I think we'll have Stanley come in. And Stanley did come in to play shortstop in this ball game. Fred Stanley did come in, so that would make sense to replace Kennedy at short. So Stanley will pinch hit. And he would stay in at short, and of course he's a 4.25. Better than Kennedy at a E76. So here's Stanley, and Goosen is out on deck. Okay, here's Andy now. And the pitch to Stanley. 6-4 right-handed, and that's a grounder to short X. Bella Fregosi, 222. .222, 19-2. It's a G1, could be a double. Actually, there's nobody on. I'm sorry. Ay, ay, ay. Alamari 25, 5'10", 14, and he throws him out. Who was a sort of a body double for Gene Hackman. I don't know if you knew that. He was an actor. I don't know the details, but he was with him at his films. I don't know if he did stunts. He's a right-handed hitter. Had quite a good year in the little that he played. And here comes Goosen to pinch hit. Messersmith 1 out away. And here's the pitch from Andy. 1-5, it's hit deep, and that is as clean as a baby's ass. A home run by Greg Goosen. A 1-5 right-handed home run. Second home run allowed by Messersmith today. And now he is one hit or walk away from fatigue. It makes it a 6-2 ball game. That was as clean as a baby's ass. 1-5 right-handed. Oh, God help me. Oh. God freaking help me. Oh. For Goosen, that's number 9. He had 10 in real world. And Andrew is 1 out away from fatigue. Here's here's Harper now. It's 6-2. We hope you've enjoyed this ball game, which has been in 2 parts. I ought to combine it. It takes such a long time to do on an iMac, though, to download and then put it on iMovie, and then upload it, process it. It takes all frickin' day. Here's Messersmith and the pitch to Harper. 111, grounder to short. This should end the game. Bella Fregosi has it, throws it over to first, and the game is over. The final, California 6, Seattle 2. Again, it was a 111 right-handed, grounded to short. The win goes to Messersmith, his 17th of the season. He went all the way 9 innings, allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits, 2 home runs, and that was all the scoring, solo shots. He walked 3, struck out 10. The loss goes to Brunette. The final line, Angels 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Seattle 2 runs, 8 hits. And no errors. And that will put the Kansas City Royals within 1.5 games now. of the Seattle Pilots. And that will do it. I hope you enjoyed this ball game. I'm sorry about my mood, but it goes with it. It comes with the territory. I'm currently in despair about my personal life. Thank you for your companionship. And thank you all for being here. Thank you, Diane. Take care, everybody.